POV, you are a 6-year-old child and you are chilling in your habitat when you hear the ice cream truck doing rounds in your neighborhood. So you take some shillings from your mom's purse and waddle towards the ice cream truck. There you're met with an ice cream guy, because obviously he's in the ice cream truck, so he would be the ice cream guy. And he also happens to look like a Greek sculpture. Hint, I'm the ice cream guy who looks like the Greek sculpture. Sorry, I had to give it away. But you're this cocoa melon under the integer limit. You don't know any better. And you don't realize that this is not actually an ice cream truck, because out of nowhere, from the roof of the ice cream truck, a vacuum unvaults itself and vacuums you in. You don't know what's going on, and then you find yourself in a very dark place with hundreds of cocoa melons. This is an interactive POV, so you are a kidnapped cocoa melon in my basement. And I'm coming in for my weekly check-in, just to make sure everyone is interacting with oxygen and feeling okay, because I am a wholesome kidnapper. So I'm going to walk in to check on you and the other cocoa melons. And as I walk in, you are going to be chanting something very specific. But because it's your first time being kidnapped and the other kidnappees are accustomed to me, they know exactly what to chant. So once you hear the kidnappedlings chanting what they are chanting, I want you to join in. So just get ready, because I'm going to walk in and you need to be ready for this. Oh, little ones, please rise for the Emperor of the Ahmadellos, ahmadelyo. I need to make sure I'm in the frame. Yes! 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 Hello, those of you that are kidnapped, and those of you that are kidnapped. None of you are not kidnapped. Please name a channel where you're going to get such an introed upon you. You won't. You cannot name one. Now you might be thinking, Ahmed, I'm sure the intro of your video has to actually do with the MP4 file that you've filed upon us. And to that I say, no, it actually has nothing to do with the video at all. Because in today's video, we're going to be looking at Karens. And that just makes it sound like we're checking out grandmas. That's not what I meant. Karens come in different forms. There are Karens, there are Kenrens, Ken, like from Barbie, and then you put it with, I kind of made that up, and I feel proud of myself. So if you can like pet me, I'd feel really happy. My point is, you'll never see a Karen coming. Sometimes they have a build, but sometimes they don't. They come in various geometric shapes and sizes. And obviously because no one on the tube has ever made a video like this, I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and start something. Okay, so if you see any videos, even if they were posted before me, I did it first. I'm the first person to ever discover Karens and react to them. With that being said, you are in my basement, so I must feed you. Let's go ahead and react to the Karen No Sapiens. Your car is too close to my house. The spelling is already casting spells on me. I don't want to talk too much. I want to continue reading the scroll. Your car is too close to my house. There is better spots. I will have you towed. Try me. You will lose. I banish you to 100 years of Grammarly. You must download it. I've never read something and felt like things were levitating around me. I felt like I was casting a spell. That's how many misspellings there were. But that last line, you will lose. That just makes it sound like if somebody parks their car too close to your house, they're gonna be cursed with loose motion. If you guys didn't know, that's one of the perks that Karens come with. You park too close to them, you get in their vicinity, and all of a sudden, curse you, Karen! I told you I have diarrhea bending. Don't ever plant your car near us again. Understood? And this is why you shouldn't mess with Karens, because you think you might get punched, you might get slide tackled, you might even get shot. But Karens have been evolving, and all of a sudden you go from having no motion to loose motion. But that could be a blessing for a lot of you, because I know some of you be watching my videos on the toilet and you're constipated. Your cheeks have been locked up for too long, and then one day you just park a little too close to a Karen, and that laxative curse becomes a blessing all of a sudden. And every time you're constipated, you intentionally park your car wrong so you can free your cheeks. By the way, if your two Ballon d'Ors are under a dictatorship, just let me know. I know a lot of Karens that I can deploy and we'll get you unconstipated. Do not worry. But you will have that loose motion. Before I move on to the next one, this one was actually kind of hilarious because it reminds me of my first interaction with a Karen. It was the day that I got my license. So everybody knows, as soon as you get your license, you don't wait. You get in the car, start it, and just drive. You don't know where you're going, but you have this free roaming wheel that you must use. So I remember I was meeting up with a friend at a coffee shop, but instead of getting shots, I had a good chance of getting shot because I parked my car. And by the way, this was my first time legally parking my car. And let's just say it wasn't the greatest parking. Look, I was a rookie, so I parked in italics. I sit with my friend in the coffee shop, we talk, and then I get out of the coffee shop and there I'm met with somebody that looks like Gru's mom. She's standing behind my car and her back posture resembles the letter that has bad back posture. And then I realized my car was not parked properly and I told her, you know, you can go first because I realized I was in the wrong. She decided to fling open her phone and start taking pictures of my car. And not only that, she was standing right behind my car. So even though I got in my car with my friend, I couldn't get out of there because I would have made her stop interacting with oxygen. Instead of being this inflated individual that she was, I would have deflated her. Now, obviously at the time I wasn't very mature, and now being the emperor of the armadillos, I'm extremely mature. So I got out of the car and I told her, you know what, I would do it again. And look, I've marinated. I realized that wasn't right, because if the same thing was to happen to me now,
I would have just taken out a sword and sliced her in half.
that was my first interaction with a Karen. I was in the wrong and she was wronger. And if you disagree, you will lose. The world's first Karen. So it's a picture of a petroglyph, which by the way, just looks like a Pop-Tart. And under is a description of what the Pop-Tart entails. Complaint about delivery of the wrong grade of copper. About 1750 BC, Old Babylon period. Wait, period? Wait, y'all were saying period in BC? These guys were ahead of their time. Like, you didn't have to do that to us. It was a very ancient sentence. In one of my world civilization classes, we had to learn how to read petroglyphs. So I'm going to attempt to do that right now. I'll actually read exactly what she said. The emperor of the armadillos, ahmadelyo, must be subscribed to. Why are you looking at me like I just made that up? She's the one that carved it into the rock, not me. Karen sues neighbors over kids playing. St. Louis Park woman suing neighbor and city over basketball hoop location. In her latest legal move. That just makes it sound like that's her full-time job. I just figure out different legal moves I can do on innocent people. I just see how I can get more people into court. And not the one with the hoop, the one with the judge. In her latest legal move, Mary Poppins asked for a judge to block the neighbor kids from using their driveway basketball hoop for 4 months over safety hazards. So I named her Mary Poppins, but they blurred out her name and I can very clearly read her name. But we're just gonna rename her to Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins and her husband, Unmarried Poppins, have been through months of stress after their new neighbors, the Crudes family. I just wanted to make them sound barbaric. That's not nice. They're probably a very uncrude family. The Crudes pointed out the in-ground pole was slightly too close to the property line. After working closely with the city, the Crudes installed a new pole just feet away that the zoning division and city council approved. But that wasn't good enough. The Mary Poppins family appealed to the city and pleaded their case at multiple meetings. Balls are flying directly at me, Mary Poppins told the St. Louis Park City Council in November. My kitchen window is right there. I have to watch them. I don't want to have to watch them. It's not about the kitchen. It's not about the balls nearly hitting me. They're like missiles. What are these basketballs nowadays? It's the fact that they are so bad at the sport. Like, sometimes I just think, let me take my apron off and show them a little Euro step. But the thing is, I don't want that to be my latest legal move. Did you get it? Because it's like a basketball move. Ahmed, stop it. But if I was getting sued and the lady said, I don't want to have to watch them, I would actually feel offended. That's a great way to offend someone. Because I want you to feel blessed to see me Steph this Curry. I want you to see me as a danger to your household, but think, wow, he's dangerous on the court, so he'll have to stay. But your moves were so terrifying that she just needs you to move. I feel like I'm on Karen's side here. Male Karen upset because he got the wrong fries with dinner. Bonus points when you recognize him. I guess they didn't just put the fries in the bag because he got like the wrong fries. 6'7", 6'7".
I was already leaving. I was already leaving.
Go back to your apology.
Yeah, my apology card. You've never been more successful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you support censorship? You're not an American? Look at this guy. All I'm getting in my face. You tell them to leave it.
Look at this guy. All getting in my face. The guy is nowhere near your face. Nobody wants to be near your face. It's Alex Jones, one of the greatest breathing organisms to ever be organismed on this planet. But this is actually a crazy video because I did not know he had hair. Every video I've seen of him, his hairline is offside. You'd think Mbappe is living on his head top. Seriously, every video of Alex Jones is just him trying to do his best Gru impression, which is ironic because he hates the girls.
He's the one getting in my face. Tell me to leave. Literally, I'm America. Dude, you ain't American. You're a slob.
Dude, you ain't American. You're a slob. Well, what if he's an American slob? Can that not be possible? Alex Jones might actually have the IQ of an earthworm. And I don't say that lightly. I actually believe if you put him in a debate against an earthworm, the earthworm would win. Let's make a petition to call all male Karens just Alex Jones. I think that would be pretty beneficial. By the way, if you don't know who Alex Jones is, your pupils have been blessed. He's essentially a walking, talking Trump fan page. Just imagine if your favorite Trump fan page came to life. That's Alex Jones, who genuinely hates everything and everybody except Trump. He'd probably pick Trump over himself. Karen was in the right at the gas station until she wasn't. So I pull up to a rear pump and stop because the forward pump had a traffic cone in front of it, which obviously meant it is out of service. I get a text and start replying instead of getting out and immediately pumping my gas. A minute into texting, a 50-year-old woman lays into their horn right behind me. I thought, oh, I'm the Dumbo on his phone, and jump out to pump. I think I scared her because she expected me to drive forward because she couldn't see the traffic cone in front of my car. She rolls down her window, puts on a fake smile, and says the most saccharine sweet sorry I've ever heard in my life. I said, the pump ahead of me is closed. She says, what? I repeat it until she angrily backs up. Then it hits me. I look around and this huge gas station with 5 rows of pumps is completely empty except for me and her. She saw me looking down at my cell phone when she pulled in and decided to make drama with a stranger rather than pulling into one of the other 4 rows and getting on with both our lives in peace. You insolent fool. If only you knew that every gas station has its own Karen. Every gas station has its own personalized Karen. They call her the gassy Karen, and she will make you loose because she's gassy. She'll make you loose motion. This is what I love about Karens. They see any innocent person enjoying their life and they're like, how can I turn this into a Clash of Clans battleground? It's too peaceful at this gas station. There's too many pumps. I want to make sure the only pump that's being pumped can get unpumped. She realized she had a passion for gas station slaying since she was young. This is how you know someone's reached the top of unemployment. They've reached the peak of unemployment. A part of me is like, who broke your heart? The other part of me is like, wow, this is passion, okay? She's just passionate. And she wants to make sure that all of her problems are placed upon other people. I kind of have to respect it. Pour ravi, il y a un. So immediately I know we're in the land of the croissants, the baguettes, the Mbappe country. I can already tell this is a review and customer service over there is a disservice. I mean, what would you expect from people that eat cigarettes? But let's see what this review is saying, because if the customer service is a disservice, do you think the customers are also a service? No, the customers are also a disservice. Terrible experience. Asked to fill the teacup adequately, not half empty like yesterday. When I opened the lid to put in tea bags, the boiling water spilled all over my hand and counter. The cup was filled so that there wasn't a millimeter left from the edge. So the boiling water was bound to come out. Did somebody say Bond? James Bond at your service. They call me the 911, I mean the 007. So the boiling water was bound to come out as soon as I opened the lid. I bent my hand badly. Asked for help from the lady who sold it to me. She literally said, you got what you wanted, grinned with content, and then ignored me and my request to help me. And then I said, you croissant crucifier. I'm just inserting stuff. She didn't, or he didn't say that. Let me continue with the terrible experience. The boiling water was all over the counter in my hand. No sorry, no assistance, just an evil grin, and then ignored completely. Had to ask help from another lady at the counter. Really, totally unexpected rude behavior. Madame Madalid, the court has heard you, and we have decided to take action against that lady at the counter. She will be punished to 50 pain en chocolate. But judge, pain en chocolate, okay, let me just snap out of the French accent. Judge, but pain en chocolate is literally chocolate croissants. Listen here, you macaroon. Don't make me take my Eiffel and turn you into a Paris. I don't even know what that means. I'm not justifying the behavior because I think the behavior is very unbehavioral. But if you're going to leave a review on a restaurant or a coffee shop or whatever it may be, any sort of service, it has to be either 1 star or 5 stars. It can't be anything in between. Don't tell me you opened up your app to review something if you were not extremely pleased with it or extremely displeased with it. The biggest bots to ever roam our society are people that are in the middle. They say, hey, let's give them 3 stars. It's not 3 stars, okay? It's either 1 star or 5 stars. You can't tell me you decided to open your phone, go to Yelp, and then just Yelp for a 3 star. I mean, I don't want to hear your review. You're trying to be reasonable, and I don't like that. I want you to be extremely hateful or extremely kindful. Don't be in between. Stop trying to act like you have an opinion and this just very acquired tongue follicle taste. You don't. But what I don't understand is how are you going to ask somebody to fill your teacup to the top after it was not filled to the top to kind of save you from this situation? But also you deserve this because you're buying tea from a coffee shop or from whatever shop, and they're not even putting the tea bag in for you. You paid for the boiling water and the tea bag, and then you're a bot. You paid money for that. They definitely overcharged you. So honestly, you're guilty for buying the tea in the first place. And then you think you're giving us the tea by leaving a review. No, you're in the wrong. Also, something I just noticed now looking at the conversation again, at the bottom, there is something that's really interesting. Really totally unexpected rude behavior. Visitor on Mars 2023. They visited Mars in 2023 and we just didn't notice. The French have been to Mars and we're just out here talking. We're talking about tea baristas. You've been to Mars. This was on your visit to Mars. Everything makes sense now. They speak French on Mars and the first coffee shop that opened in Mars, this is the experience that they've experienced. I mean, what were you expecting? You went to Mars. But this is the thing with the ahmadelyo channel. We really go in depth. We're noticing things that normal people didn't notice. I mean, you look at all of the world leaders, which majority of them are not leaders, but you look at the world and the people in power. Even the president of France didn't know himself that they went to Mars. But this guy, he's just doing a video reacting to Kenrens, figured it out. Leave a like if you think I'm a blessing to society and subscribe to the channel if you want me to discover more about the French. When you park illegally on a handicapped spot, make sure to take 3 of them. And then there is a picture of them parked on the handicap. Where is the handicap spot exactly? Because it looks like the handicap spot is handicapped. Can somebody explain this parking disability to me? Because it just does not make sense. I don't think this is a Karen move. I don't know why this has been classified as Karen because I think I would be guilty of this as well. There's about 16 lines going through every spot. This makes it seem like this is another level of handicapped. You can't just be like missing an arm or unable to walk. You need to like not be alive if you want to park here. This is the type of parking you would find on Mars. Karen got laid off, didn't get a farewell card, and sued the company in court. It turns out they bought one, but nobody would sign it. All 40 of her claims were dismissed, including against a coworker for copying her comment in a greeting card but correcting her spelling. I don't know if this is actually the card, but what a distasteful card. If somebody is leaving, you would never say, sorry, you're leaving. You just say, we're gonna miss you. Or, you know, there are very nice ways to say that somebody is leaving. But this is how you know they despised her with every piece of sodium in their souls. I hate to bring up the French again, and to be fair, if I didn't bring them up again, they'd probably just colonize the channel as well and bring themselves up again. But this is such a baguette way of saying bye. The French can't just tell you au revoir. And I honestly want to meet the Grammarly in the company. Who's the person that was just like, you're missing an apostrophe. Nope, we're not going to let you leave in peace. You will get Grammarly sized. This is exactly what I'm fighting against. And it's just a picture of a Muslim monarch. And the grandiest of the grandmas. That is an extinct individual, if I've ever seen one. I'd say she has about 2.5 breaths left, tops. But what is it that she's exactly fighting against? Did she just buy too many, what is that, sun-kissed bottles? Because that's just kind of what it looks like. I mean, she's taking all the sun-kissed bottles. I don't know where Ada Luch is located. She must be somebody of position or running for something, but it seems like they have a shortage of sun-kissed bottles, which is kind of funny because Ada, if you're watching this video, we have one as our president right now. We have a sun-kissed bottle, so you could just go take him. He's the biggest sun-kissed bottle of them all. I love how she posted this picture trying to show something that we just can't comprehend. We just don't have the intellect that she has. As the official Karen destroyer of the universe, I think I only have energy for one more. Every Karen destroyer needs his break. He needs his rest. So let's go ahead and react to this last one. Male Karen gets tossed out of fancy hotel. That's such a male Karen thing to do already. Stay in a fancy hotel. You just can't be with the peasants. As a male Karen, you just can't do that.
Yeah? How are you going to remove me? You going to put your hands on me? Giovanni? I love the sea. Knock yourself out, Chief. I've been coming to this hotel before you were born. I want to speak with the manager. I want to speak with the manager. I'm sorry?
Does that give you the right to treat people like you're treating them?
Treat people? How am I treating anybody? You're the one that... I'm a VIP customer who has done nothing wrong other than my wife having a couple drinks too many and throwing up in a garbage can.
What is the problem? My wife, who is a future divorcee of 37 years, drank a little too much, okay? What's the big deal? And she just decided to throw up over everybody at the bar. Y'all are acting like the bar is so high. The bar is so low. And then she got a bazooka and tried to blow up the bartender. What's the big deal? It's regular bar stuff. Look, I've never drinked in my life, okay? And I know that's the wrong way of utilizing the word. I don't care. I'm feeling a little tipsy. But I love how male Karens, and Karens in general, use the verbiage that you would expect a male Karen to use.
Make it uncomfortable. You guys just throw me out in the cold. We're waiting for an Uber driver. We're waiting for our lift to show up. And these guys are insisting I stand outside on the cold sidewalk waiting for the lift driver to show up.
Dude, this is a lost cause.
It's crazy.
Dude, this is a lost cause.
Tell me about it. I've been coming here for 40 years. I've been
Okay,
treated
cool.
like some kind of scumbag.
Because you're a scumbag. No, I'm saying don't act like
I'm
a
not acting like a scumbag. I'm not. That's just it.
Hey.
Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast is not actually being a beast. He's being like a decent human being. This is insane. Breaking news, Mr. Beast doesn't utilize insanely poor people for his monetizable gain. This is how I discovered Mr. Beast is working at a fancy hotel with Giovanni. Who was gonna tell me? We're shivering in the cold because my wife conducted one of the worst vomit attacks in history on people. We're shivering in the cold and you guys are telling us, hey, this is unacceptable. She was just doing her vomit attack. Let her vomit bend on everybody. But this is just a crazy crossover. We just thought we were watching a video of an alpha male Karen, and then all of a sudden, Mr. Beast shows up. Anyways, I want to end this video off in Mr. Beast fashion. So if you want to see me release all the cocomelons in my basement for $1 million, comment down below. We want to see that video, and I'll just basically unlock the cage and let them all free roam. But I have to hit 100,000 subscribers and get 10,000 likes on this video first. Otherwise, it's just not possible. I don't have, my moral compass is so distorted, so I just don't have the humanity in me to do such a kind thing. I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, come here. Good. Just get petted. Yes. If you haven't already and you truly want to question your sanity, make sure to follow me on Instagram and the TikTok. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an ice cream truck to drive around. Watch out, children!